Not all coins are what they seem. Some were spent without a second thought. Yet they're worth thousands, even millions today, hidden in drawers, jars, and pockets. Are pieces of history waiting to be discovered. At Rare Coins, we uncover the real value, the truth behind the hype, and the coins collectors would do anything to own. Welcome to Rare Coins. Everyone's seen those flashy headlines. This 1980D penny sold for thousands. Or check your change, the 1980D could make you rich overnight. Sounds exciting, right? But the truth behind these claims is both more interesting and more complicated than the hype makes it seem. Today we're going deep into the 1980D. Lincoln Memorial Cent, a coin with a mintage in the hundreds of millions, but with a few secrets that still make collectors pay attention. Let's start with the basics. The 1980D penny was struck at the Denver Mint. That's what the little D, mint mark below the date means. This was still the copper era for US 1 cent coins. Each cent was made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing in at 311 grams. This was just 2 years before the US made the big transition to copper-plated zinc cents in mid-1982. For collectors, that makes 1980 a late-stage copper Lincoln Memorial, a solid part of the pre-zinc history. Now the mintage. In 1980, the Denver Mint struck a staggering +30,098,16 of these cents. That's over 5 billion. With numbers like that, you might think there's no chance for rarity. And you'd be mostly right unless you know what to look for. Because as always, condition and error varieties can change everything. One of the key points collectors look for in 1980D cents is strike quality. Denver coins often came out with sharp detail that year, but they can also show bag marks and contact wear even before leaving the mint. A coin with full sharp detail in Lincoln's hair, beard, and the steps of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, and with 0 spots or scratches, can jump in value dramatically when graded at the top levels. Then there's the world of errors. The 1980D doesn't have a famous double die obverse like the 1972 DDO or 1955 DDO, but RPMs, repunched mint marks, can be found. These are coins where the D mint mark was punched more than once into the die, creating a visible shadow or doubling effect. Even minor RPMs are sought after, especially in high grade, and can push an otherwise common penny into collectible territory. Off-center strikes, die cracks, and broad strikes from 1980D can also fetch solid prices from error specialists. Now about values. In circulated condition, most 1980D cents are worth face value. Even in average uncirculated condition, they might only be worth a few cents. But, and this is where the hype comes in top grades, especially MS67 or higher, certified examples can bring impressive results at auction. One 1980D graded MS67 Plus, read by PCGS, sold for over 100, and that's without any major variety. Why? Because it's almost flawless. Full blazing red color, perfect strike, and 0 distracting marks. The problem is that finding a coin like that in your pocket, change is about as likely as finding a brand new car with 0 miles abandoned on your driveway. These coins are usually the result of intentional searching through thousands, even tens of thousands, of mint state rolls by dedicated collectors. So what should you do if you find a 1980D penny that looks better than average? First, don't clean it. Cleaning destroys collector value instantly, even if you think you're making it shinier. Instead, handle it by the edges. Keep it in a soft coin flip or protective holder. And if it truly looks flawless, consider sending it to a top grading service like PCGS or NGC. For buying, focus on graded examples in high MS red condition. Prices are modest for MS65 and MS66 examples, so you can build a nice set without breaking the bank. If you're investing, aim for those rare MS67 and higher coins, but only if they're slabbed by a respected grader. For selling, your options range from online marketplaces like eBay to auction houses that specialize in certified coins. If your coin is uncertified but looks promising, getting it graded first can dramatically increase buyer confidence and the final sale price. In short, the 1980D Lincoln Memorial Cent is not a guaranteed jackpot, but in the right condition or with the right error, it can surprise you. It's a reminder that even the most common dates can hold hidden gems. And for collectors, part of the fun is in the hunt, not just the payday. Here at Rare Coins, we focus on the real stories and real facts behind coins like this. If you're an investor, collector, buyer, or seller who's serious about knowing what truly matters and no hype, no clickbait, you're in the right place. Stick around, because we've got more truth and more treasure to uncover in the world of US coins.